Welcome back. It's 4:45 here on your Tuesday morning. You know, a lot of times in the summer, we're talking about how intense the heat is. And sometimes, though, not talking necessarily about how long it's been this hot. And when we look at some of our numbers here, we are starting to see some impressive numbers for this year. Yesterday marked 14 days in a row of hitting 95 or higher. Now, this is getting on up there with some of our longer stretches of heat waves. Number one was last year. We had 18 days in a row of 95 or hotter. 2011 was a hot summer, in 1980, of course, and right now we're sitting at 14. Now, when you look at my forecast, we have another at least 7 days of 95 or higher. So the only thing that could really throw a wrench in this is if we get some storms popping up that keep temperatures below 95. But we very well could make a run at over 20 days in a row of 95 or hotter. And that's simply never happened before, with records being kept out at MSY. So the heat rolls on. We'll be in the upper 90s the next 3 days. We will see some gradual relief by Friday, Saturday. That decrease there is thanks to better chances for some scattered storms. And oftentimes, if the storms pop up in the right place or the right time, then it'll knock your temperatures down some. Today, we can hope we get some of those showers and storms. It has been a very, very dry stretch over the past month. High temperatures will be in the upper 90s today. When you factor in the humidity, it will feel closer to 112 or so. And the heat index even higher tomorrow and Thursday. So we have a heat advisory today. It's possible we see heat warnings issued maybe by Wednesday and Thursday. Either way, you got to be careful out in it. And then that 107 on Fridays, thanks to a better chance of some storms, hopefully limiting our daytime heating. A chance of rain today, isolated at best. However, I do think some storms will fire up. We'll see some here in the next couple of hours near our coast. Once we get into the afternoon, 1 and 2 o'clock, some pop-up thunderstorms inland. You can see they're not widespread, but we do have a couple downpours developing through the afternoon, and hopefully you do get them. Not only will it help with the heat, but it also will give a drink to your plants and grass, which do need some rain. Many of us haven't seen a good soaking rain in over 2 weeks, and so some of us are really, really dry. Chance of rain here, it does look a little bit higher Friday and Saturday. We'll go with a 40% chance. I debated a 50%, but we'll give it a couple more days for our confidence grows, but at least some thunderstorms around for the weekend. Out in the tropics, Ernesto is just now entering the Caribbean this morning. You can see they're fairly large, and it's a 40-mile-per-hour tropical storm. We've got tropical storm warnings up for the northern parts of the Caribbean islands. That includes the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. The track of Ernesto takes it near Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands late tonight. Here we are at 11 p.m. or so. The center sitting somewhere near the islands, producing wind and rain, and then that turn to the north continues and strengthening in Bermuda. Really keeping an eye on this one. That's not very often they get a direct strike from a big hurricane, but this has the makings of a major hurricane. The reason for the turn, it's wrapping around this ridge of high pressure that is weakening. So that's why we expect it to make this turn. You can see the ridge weaken, and that's what sends it to the north. So the Gulf is nice and quiet right now. Our 7-day forecast, the hot weather rolls on. Temperatures every day are 95 or hotter. We'll just be hoping we get some of those pop-up storms, and I do think we'll have a better chance of rain towards the end of the week.